Hope you enjoyed that time of worship. And I thank John and Lois and Evelyn for leading us in that way today. I now have some announcements for you. So first of all, Heights of Leisure social event to Brown Sugar is happening this week. Check out the church bulletin for details if you still need to book in. If you need further details, but go there first to find those and contact and so on. The second announcement is it's an announcement about what we're doing today, but a more general kind of statement of the importance of listening and hearing voices that don't normally get heard. So this morning, that's something that we've been trying to do this year. So back in January on Australia Day, there was a focus on listening and hearing Indigenous voices. And then throughout the year, we've had other opportunities on Mother's Day. We were listening to women's voices when we were hearing stories from mums about how God has been at work in their lives. And so we're continuing that today, one through the importance of hearing congregational voices. So everyone actually having a say. It's a Baptist thing, really, to actually have congregations having a voice into everything that we actually do. It's something we're quite proud of as Baptists, or as those that attend a Baptist church. You might not identify particularly as a Baptist, that's okay. I think it's better for us to actually first and foremost to identify as a disciple of Jesus, as a Christian, rather than taking a denominational title. But it is Baptist distinctive, is probably a good way of actually putting it, that hearing the congregational voices. And we are drawing that idea out today by highlighting it by the choices of the songs that we have chosen. So the clips that we're using, what you might be hearing is that there is more than one voice. There's multiple voices that are singing on these clips. And there's one in particular that's going to come up soon or a little later in the service, where it is a full congregation from Newcastle in the UK, but that you hear congregational voices. So that's why all the songs are being chosen that way for today's service. We're also there's an importance in listening to children's voices. That's been highlighted more recently, and the children's song that we are using, even though there's two adults and there's actions and so on to be doing, maybe they're like this or something during it, I think there's stirring like that. But the scene has been done by children. So it's just children's voices that you can actually hear in that. So there's an importance in listening and hearing children's voices. But of course, as I said before, the importance of hearing women's voices. And so today, and also reading about women's stories in the Bible and hearing about those stories from a feminine perspective is something that I think is unique and is necessary. So today we are doing the first of an intermittent series. And what I mean by that is that this is a series that we'll do today, but then we'll come back to it perhaps in a couple of months, and then it might be another 6 months, or it might be another 3 months, or whatever it is, but it's between other series rather than a straight series that you just continue for 5 weeks worth, etc. But it is a series called Women in the Bible That We Need to Meet. And today we have the Reverend Megan Powell-Detroit, bringing us the first in that new series. The series has actually been inspired by Megan, and you're going to hear more about that in an interview that will be coming up just after this announcement. But I'm excited about this series. I'm excited about Megan being able to share with us today. She's going to be talking about Deborah. And Deborah, of course, as most of us will know, was a judge in the Old Testament times, and we've just completed a series on Ruth. And so we've been very much in that kind of time and space. And so this just fits nicely with actually starting with Deborah. So Megan is going to bring that message to us, and I'm looking forward to that. But before we get to that message, we do have the interview with Megan. Now, I actually released that interview earlier this week. So if you have watched the interview already, you don't need to, you can use the power of being able to skip with this being online. But if you haven't, then please watch the interview before we go any further. But so for now, I'm going to pass over to myself from earlier this week when I interviewed Megan, and we'll listen to that. That will be good. Then we will come back. Well, we won't quite come back. It'll go nicely into a kid's song, which is Our God. And so that's one that really has, like I said before, it has the action. So get up, move around, whether you're a kid or not, it's a great chance to actually get up and get your blood flowing and so on. It's a great song. Then there will be a short little kids segment, which is focusing on Deborah, of course. And then I will be back again. So I will see you then after the interview and after the kids segments. Okay, see ya.